Hello, everyone. We are back for some more messages. Messages from the other side. Okay, so I don't know if some of you guys are going to come in here. If it's cool if you don't. It's cool if you do. Either way, we're going to get some messages from the other side. I cracked myself up. I'll give you guys just a minute to get in here, and if not, we're just going to continue on with the show. So if you're new, make sure you give a shout out in the chat. Hey, Bubsy. Put that right there. Not too bad, not too bad. It wasn't as exhausting like it usually is. But, you know. You know how it is. All right, so, you know, I titled this video, Why Isn't It Manifesting? So, you know, it kind of came to my head while I was in class today. So I was like, you know, why didn't I just do a reading on like, why isn't something manifesting? Because I kind of figured that would be really helpful to, you know, some of you. So, you know, so we're going to do that. And then also we're going to do what's coming towards me. So this will be interesting. I don't look as tired today. I appreciate that. You know, I drank some water, hydrated, of course, and ate an apple, and I'm good. I'm good now all of a sudden. So, all right. So we're going to do why hasn't it manifested yet? So this could be pretty much just about anything. All right. I'm still using my Thoth tarot deck, of course. Is actually, you know, if some of you don't know this already, this is the very first tarot deck that I used to learn tarot. And it was very interesting. So while I'm shuffling, though, you know, waiting for y'all to come in here. And I got 2 shuffles here. Here's a 3rd shuffle. All right, so why hasn't it manifested yet? We're going to get the overall energy of this reading. This could be just about anything. Just about anything, all right? Ooh. So the overall energy of this reading is the Knight of Cups. Man. And this is for why it hasn't manifested yet. Underneath the deck, we have the Ace of Discs. Okay, this is also the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, so the overall energy of this reading is the Knight of Cups, okay? And the Knight of Cups is all about making offers, okay? And I know a lot of people go off and they say, well, you know, it's just a night. It's just a night. You know, be appreciative of it being a night. Be appreciative of that, okay? All right, so I'm going to get some Sacred Destiny Oracle messages for this one. Okay. But we do have the overall energy of the Knight of Cups. So you'll see where I'm going with this. Don't worry. It'll come through. So why isn't it manifest? And I do have the Shaman's Dream Oracle as well. I'm all about Oracle messages. Like, I really love Oracle cards. If it's anything else, I would really love Oracle cards, preferably to tarot for the most part. And I'll tell you why, because I feel like Oracle messages, like, practically get right to the point. All right. First card that we have out here is forgiveness. Second card that we have here is freedom. And then we have fulfillment. Underneath the deck is we have focus. So I feel like, you know, hey, Penny. So, you know, I feel like there's a lot of focus on something, someone particularly, okay? I feel like either somebody's trying to like manifest an apology out of somebody, or somebody really might want somebody to forgive them for something. All right. Or now I hear a lot of spiritualists say, you know, you need to forgive yourself. You need to, you know, forgive the past, blah, 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 blah. If you've already done that, that might not be, you know, that might not be for you. Okay. That might not really be your story. But you have this freedom card here. And it's kind of like Spirit saying, you have the capabilities. You have the capabilities and you have the resources. Look at all these birds here. It's like you have more than one option around you. So don't feel like you're enclosed, and don't feel as if kind of nothing's moving in the right direction. So I also did hear, I heard like somebody's like, okay, I'm sorry. Can you please like come work for me now? Or I'm sorry for the way that we treated you. Can you, you know, can you please just come work for us again? Okay, because underneath the deck you have the Ace of Pentacles. All right. Knight of Cups is all about like apologies. Sometimes they're all about love offers. It just depends on what you're reading it for. But, you know, Knight of Cups is kind of like, it's kind of like an apology. Okay. You have forgiveness, freedom, and fulfillment. I feel like it doesn't matter what direction that you go towards, that there's always going to be a path in general. Like, it's like you're always going to feel fulfilled, if that kind of makes sense. Hey, Lisa. You're always going to be fulfilled. You're always going to feel as if you're fulfilled in some way, shape, or form. And the message here for why isn't it manifesting is you do have the freedom and the capabilities to bring your desires to that reality. Now, why this forgiveness is here? Hey, Sigma, or Sig. I don't know how to say that, but Signe. If I'm saying it wrong, please correct me. But I also feel as if with this forgiveness, it's almost like Spirit is saying, you know, people are going to give back to you what you're kind of giving out. So if you acknowledge that people kind of make mistakes and people can screw up from time to time, as long as you kind of acknowledge, or, you know, recognize that they've made a mistake, it's okay. You know, you've made a mistake, it's okay, because things are always moving in the right direction. I feel like that's going to open the doors up a lot. So I don't know who needs to hear this message, but I feel like once you either forgive this person or you forgive, you know, somebody who kind of, the story that I keep hearing is somebody who kind of screwed up. They kind of, maybe they screwed up somebody's information. They screwed up someone's, it's kind of like once you kind of forgive this person, it's like the doors to success just start opening up. Because underneath the deck, you got fulfillment, and then you have the Ace of Discs. This beautiful message is like the Ace of Pentacles. It's like, oh, here you go. More for you. Because as long as you are in that vibration of, everything's okay, everything's working out, everything is going to be okay, it's not a big deal, it'll be all right, I'm all right. Because we can control our emotions, like mentioned before in some of, you know, my other live sessions. Of course, we can control our emotions so that it can help control some of our thoughts, right? So I do have the Shaman's Dream. It's a very good oracle deck, actually. I've, you know, beautiful oracle deck. I kind of like this. It does help a lot, you know, when it comes to, I haven't used this deck in a hot minute. It really helps when it comes to, you know, manifestations and such. So, by the way, Zeke might be joining us. See, did you hear him? He came right into the room and he wants to make himself known. By the way, Zeke says hello, right, Zeke? See, he says hello. So, and I'm going to read, you know, the description for each one of these, of course. All right, just take the messages that resonate. We're going to pull a few of them in here. There's 5 of you all in here, so we're going to pull a few. All right. So we have repairing the veil, and then we also have forgiveness again. All right. We'll read the description for each of them. I just want to pull a few, of course. Here we go. And we also have confidence in your magic. Magician's sword. We also have Winter's Dream, gestation period. Winter's Dream, gestation period. Interesting. Lots of messages coming out here. We also have teachability, hollow bone, teachability, hollow bone. Let's pull one more, of course, and then we're going to move on to the next section, reconciliations. Okay, wailing tree reconciliation. So let's, let's read. All right, so we have this first one. It's called Repairing the Veil. And I want to read the description for this. It's a very long description, but all right, so repairing the veil between us all is a thin veil appearing to be a space that separates us. We look through this veil and believe ourselves to be distinct from each other. We assume that our thoughts and feelings are our own. We see bodies and objects and the spaces between them, so we engage the world in relationships between a duality of us and them. This veil serves as a mysterious illusion, making it so hard to believe in our inherent connection and unity. We can't always remember that what we do to someone else, we at the same time do to ourselves. When we claw at the veil out of fear, anger, jealousy, or resentment, and manipulate another, misuse our power, or allow someone's actions to diminish us, we create a wound felt by many, not just those of us in the smaller direct relationship. Now is the time to examine where your actions have caused difficulty or harm to someone else, and also where you have been the recipient of harm. Regardless of what side you are on, it's important to take responsibility for healing this rift by bringing love, compassion, deep listening, and presence to whatever is not in harmony. Do this for you and for your own liberty as you become an unwitting hostage once you take the role of perpetrator or victim, both positions of weakness. Let go of all your resentments, know your part in the dynamic, and make the appropriate amends with that newfound wisdom and understanding. Healing, forgiveness, and mending what is broken in your world is a sweet, much needed declaration of freedom. So, it's so interesting because I pulled Sacred Destiny and was talking about freedom. And then, we have forgiveness here. Forgiveness is here twice. So it's very interesting, because it's two different decks and it's like the same message is kind of coming out. So it's kind of like it's saying these, you kind of do have to forgive somebody, but you just don't allow them to, crush you, I guess, because other people, you don't allow other people to kind of be responsible for how you feel. You really don't. But you also show compassion towards them regardless. So it's very interesting. All right, so I'm moving on to this next card here, the Magician's Sword, confidence in your magic. So we're going to read that one next. And confidence in your magic. So moving forward with confidence, right? Confidence in your magic, nothing can stop you, the beauty you seek. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, hurt you, or turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are kept tethered to a toxic person, a particular location, or a faulty thought or belief, and let the blade do its magic. You have a large endowment of magic available to you when you believe in miracles. But don't look to the heavens to grant you a wish. Look within. Use the magic sword, the Magician's Sword, to cut through limiting beliefs, and remember that all beliefs are limiting, and focus your intention in order to create what you wish. You have all the tools you need for the task at hand. You need only muster the wherewithal to deploy the resources you have. When the magician's sword appears, it is time to get moving. This is not a tool for contemplation, for gazing at the finely polished. It is an instrument calling for decisive action. And remember, the sword is alive. With a wisdom you can summon to help you find the best course of action. Do not hesitate, act. So, it pretty much is pre-explanatory. So every single belief that we have, especially when it comes to manifestations, sometimes those beliefs can conflict another belief in order to create what we want. So let's just say, give you an example, let's just say, well, I want to make six figures in a whole entire, I want to make six figures a year. But you have this belief like, well, I don't have an education right now, so I need an education in order to make that amount of money. That's going to conflict with that manifestation. That's going to conflict it, and you won't be able to make that amount of money. So, all right, so we're moving on to this next one here. Excuse me. Winter's Dream, gestation period. Winter's Dream, gestation period, and that is number 63. Number 63. All right, so Winter's Dream, gestation period. The Winter's Dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze towards the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace. Basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into the stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that the deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of Winter's Dream. Winter's Dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with Winter's Dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream, to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. So, this reading is a little bit conflicting because we have one group that needs to take action, and then we have another that just needs to sit still and be quiet. So, just with these messages, please be sure that you feel it out. All right. Because a lot of times when we don't know, meditation brings answers, right? Meditation brings answers. So, okay, let's go to this next one, Hollow Bone. All right, Hollow Bone, which is teachability. The hollow wing bone of an eagle is a flute for the shamans. The appearance of the hollow bone invites you to become empty of your notions of who you are, to check your ego at the door, and to know that this is not about you. Relinquish your need to be right and to express an opinion, as this will not change anything right now. You're being called to practice humility. Hollow yourself out and hear the wind blow through you and play you like a flute. You will learn the language of the squall and the storm and understand the message in the summer breeze. There's an important communication waiting for you. Humility is the swiftest path for you to become like hollow bone. Drop all notions and titles that bolster your ego. Eliminate the door and allow things to happen of their own accord. Remember that you can accomplish most anything if you are willing to let someone else take credit for it. Hollow Bone has come to caution you to believe only 50% of what others think and only 10% of what you think. Trust your experience, not what you have read in sacred books or holy texts. This will allow you to turn apparent danger into opportunity. Remember that you are an insignificant grain of sand in the grand scheme of life, and as important as the brightest sun. That pretty much speaks for itself, right? It's kind of like you know somebody's wrong, or you feel like somebody's wrong, and they're, what really came to my mind when I was reading that was like, it's like someone trying to tell you what you should do or what you shouldn't do and how you should act and this and that, and it's like you kind of let them talk, you let them, that you let them speak, because it's like you're listening, but it's like, okay, I heard you, but you don't let them kind of affect your vibration. All right, so we're doing the last one here, Wailing Tree Reconciliations. Okay, grief and mourning, a time of necessary losses, reconciliations. When you encounter the Wailing Tree on your path, it's an invitation to stay a while and regroup, a place for you to rest and allow yourself to say goodbye to what no longer serves. You may have been overdoing things, working too hard, or putting too much effort into life with little reward. If you've been considering making a change, now is the time to do so. One important thing to consider before you make any changes is that you need to allow yourself to feel your disappointment, your loss, and mourn what was and what could not be. This is a way to honor your experience, to give yourself time to consider all the gifts in it, to put proper closure on it, to really know what you've learned as you walk away from it and into something new. Even in the perception of failure, there is much good to be discovered. However, skipping the stages of loss doesn't get you to reconciliation any faster. In fact, you will discover that you will have to come back at some point. So do it all now. Look at it all squarely and honestly, and stay with your feelings. Life is not either or, it's both and this and that. So as you dive in and process this, allow it to become a temporary travel companion on your journey. The feelings that this will bring to the surface will be challenging for sure. Yet, like all things, this will pass soon enough, and you will be more enriched by the experience. So, I really actually, I think I've talked about this a lot in some of my, my weekend lives on Saturdays. And it's kind of like, just enjoy the ride. If you're going through a transition, don't focus so much on, well, I have to get from point A to point B. I have to do this and I have to do that. Enjoy the ride, because you're creating your reality as you're getting there. And it's really, sometimes it's, it might seem stressful to you, but just think of it this way. You're creating your reality, and it's so fun, right? It's fun because I get to pick what color I want. I get to pick on how it, I get to kind of pick what's happening. Sometimes we can't pick how it happens, when it happens exactly. But in our vibrations, when we're meditating and we're asking for these things, because all you have to do is ask. That's it. That's all you have to do in order to create this reality that you are asking for, or the desire that you're asking for, because the rest doesn't really matter. The rest is absolutely none of your business. And I'm saying it to you black and white, just like that. It is none of your business. It's not my business. It's not your business. It's not that person's business. It's not your neighbor's business. It's nobody's business because you've already asked for it. So it's like the universe is not really, the universe delivers it to you. I guess, I want to compare the universe to someone's parent or someone's mom. If you're taking your kid into a store and your kid just sits down and starts whining and complaining, and they throw a hissy fit when they're in the store because they want a toy, they want some candy, or they want something. Are you going to reward them for acting that way? I mean, are you going to reward them for acting that way? Absolutely not. um, so, so it's not even your business. It's not even your business. So, and to be quite frank, you're sitting in this store too. Like, if your child wants this, they want this so bad, but it's like, no, 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 we're not rewarding you for behaving that way. So, and a lot of times it can get very frustrating while we're in that process. But I really want to, I want to remind you that just release it and let it go. And sometimes we have to put our phone away, or we have to distract ourselves just a little bit so that we can let it go a little bit more. You don't have to say, well, I don't want it anymore or anything like that. No, you just have to give it a little bit. All right, give it a little bit of time. Rome wasn't built in a day. However, it all depends on your beliefs, your vibration, and all of that. So sometimes when we're focusing so much on something, sometimes we just have to quit for a minute. Okay, we really just have to quit, because a lot of times when we focus so much on something, it gets too much. You got to give it a break for a little bit. Just give it a rest. Is it Zine? Is that how you pronounce it? Did I say it right? Zine? And you're welcome. And I'm looking at Bubsy's comment. Funny how some others want to make it their business. Haha. Right? They want to make it their business, but it's really not their business. That's what's wrong with some parenting nowadays. Kids get away with so much. It's sad. That's scary. Not my kiddos. Hell no. Absolutely. And one of my other children is currently in here. He wants to join us. Like, it's just like he wants to read cards too. All right. So, I planned for another reading and I'm going to do it here. But I wanted to I'm doing what's coming. He is the man. I've had that cat for a long time. I've had him for quite a while. And I have never, I want to say this, I've never been a cat person. And when I was living in Las Vegas, I want to say 2 years ago, well, 2018, I was living out in Las Vegas. I wanted a pet, and I went to this shelter, and I was like, I think a cat would be okay. And I'm usually, I'm not that kind of person that I'm like, I'm such a cat person. No, I'm actually not. I'm more of the dog type, but he ended up being more of a dog kind of cat than anything else. He's very talkative. When I talk to him, obviously, he answers me back. Right, Zeke? Where'd you go? He was just under my chair. But he's turned into when I went there, So I'm gonna finish my story, but I went into the shelter and I was looking for a cat, and there were tons and tons of black cats in there. And I picked up this really big fat cat, and his name was Sheldon. And my cat's black. So I picked up this giant fat black cat, and he wasn't sitting with me. He wouldn't sit with me. He wouldn't stay with me. And I was like, this is definitely not the cat for me. This is not the cat that I'm going to take home, because he's just going to run away. And then, I went over to, the smaller cats, the kittens, and I found Zeke in there, and he was with his siblings. There he is. He wants to say hello. He's up on my chair, so he wants to say hello. So I picked him up, and I picked him up out of the cage, and as soon as I picked him up and sat him down, it was just like instant connection right there. And he never left my lap the entire time. The entire time that, I was sitting there adopting him and everything, signing the paperwork and all of that, he just sat there right in my lap. And it was like love at first sight. So, and every night when I go to sleep, he's always in my bed. He's always in my bed. He needs to, sleep right underneath my arm. He's not your regular cat, I will say that. So, and I've had him ever since in 2018. So, and his birthday is in June. So he's a Gemini. And it's very interesting. 6/11 is his birthday. So I think he's 4 now. Yeah. He's 4 years old now. So, he's getting up there. So, and whenever I do my readings too, he always comes for my readings. So even, personal readings and stuff like that, he's always in the room, but he stays quiet when I do them. So it's very interesting how he just comes and hangs out, and he knows when I'm, he knows what I'm doing and what I'm up to. So, all right. So the next round of readings is we're going to do what's coming towards me. And I'm going to be using the Psychic Tarot. So, like I've mentioned, these are, these are kind of general messages. So just take whatever resonates. I'm going to do my best right now because Zeke is up on my table. And show you the cards, of course. There's 2 shuffles, and then we're going to get 3 in here. Okay. Wow. This is these are really interesting messages right now. First card that we have here is we have awareness. Okay, very interesting messages here. Awareness, and then energetically we have partnerships and alliances. So it's kind of like someone is trying to manifest. This is either a contract, this could be a job, this could be business partnership. Okay, but I also see, the other thing that I keep hearing right now is co-signing. Okay, I don't know if someone's trying to buy either a home, a car, something, but I do hear co-signing right now. So this message might be for you. And then I also see universe. This is very beautiful messages. And so it's kind of like, you know, we were talking about this before I started pulling. So it's kind of like you're communicating with the universe, letting them know, and kind of, it's almost like the universe is communicating with you. So I'll just give you an example. So I had this friend, and they really want to relocate somewhere. And also, you know, this friend keeps seeing the license plates of where they want to move all over the place as well while they're driving on the freeway and stuff like that. So um, that should be communication to you. Synchronicities are communication to you. So understand that. So when we're asking for something and we want to receive something, they're going to communicate back to you. Okay, well, you know, this is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with right now. So pay attention, and you definitely are, because we have awareness here. Okay. Partnerships and alliances. This is definitely, you know, this could also be like a marriage, or, you know, signing contracts and stuff like that. Um, underneath the deck, we do have heartache and loss. So let's see what else comes out here. Recognition and reward. You're being recognized by the universe. You're being rewarded for, see, and the one thing that I do keep hearing right now, someone being rewarded for following their intuition, following their heart, following their guidance system above anything, like above anything else. Next card we have here is spiritual union. So this is very interesting, because this is like two souls coming together. So this is also energetically, this is in the spiritual sense as well. So that's what the green card means, spiritual. So it hasn't exactly manifested in the physical. But this is kind of like a spiritual marriage right now. Spiritual marriage. This is like two people coming together, two people agreeing on something. Underneath the deck, we have solar plexus chakra. So while you're meditating, you could definitely be feeling these things while you're in meditation. Okay. You could also be, you know, while you're in meditation, you're also being receptive to source energy a lot. Underneath that, we have the waiting game. You know, it's kind of like, you know, maybe some of you are feeling this coming on. You're feeling this coming on, and you just don't, it's like you don't know when it's going to happen, but you feel it. So you feel it, but you don't know exactly when it's happening, but it is happening. Okay. Interesting enough too, you have third eye chakra underneath that. So it's like, you know, you're receiving these messages. Pay attention to your inner guidance system, because it is not steering you wrong. It isn't steering you wrong. And it's kind of like, here you go. Here it is. We're about to reward you with this. You've been listening. You've been listening to everything. You've been listening to all these synchronicities. This is the time right now. And we've heard you. We've heard what you've been asking for. We've heard everything. And it's coming. Okay? Very interesting reading. I was not expecting this. But what I really want to do All right, so I'm going to pull clarification for each one of these. So we're going to do awareness first. Maybe that's two. We're going to do awareness first. Contracts, I mean, it's pretty much explanatory, but we're going to pull it first. All right, so awareness. Look at this. Awareness, we have the Fool card. Aries energy. So with this energy, look, and we have both circles here. This is really crazy right now. It's like things are coming in full circle. See the circle here, and then you also have the circle here. Very interesting. So awareness, it's like making that first step. You know that quote by Martin Luther King? You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step in faith. That's it. You just have to take the full step in faith. Listen to your awareness. Listen to the inner guidance system, because they're talking. They're definitely talking. Okay, let's see. Contracts. What is it? Partnerships and alliances. We have the Magus. So this is the Magician card in a normal tarot deck. It's like letting you know to not lose faith, because all of the tools that you have are all around you. Hey, Christina. All of the tools that you have are all around you. So you don't really have to lose faith, because whatever you're energetically feeling right now is real, okay? You have every single tool that you need right now. So with this card, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a cup here, there's a pentacle, there's a wand, and you can kind of see a sword in there too, but you can kind of see it right there. The pentacle, the cup, there's a sword right there. And then you have wands here as well. The wand is right there. So without a doubt, it's like you are being shown the way. And this is it. Okay. Let's see what this universe card is. We have, oh my God. Universe with the universe. Ah! So interesting enough. So, you know, the universe in this psychic tarot, it's like the world card. Okay. Because that's what this card is as well in the Thoth deck. Okay. So it's like the universe is clarified by the universe. Do I have to say anymore? It's kind of like things have been coming full circle. Okay. Cycles have completed. Cycles have ended. Cycles are about to restart again. There's a new cycle beginning. Okay. New cycles are beginning. Okay, so we're going to see what this recognition and reward card is. 3 of discs. You've put in the work. Now it is time to feel that reward part of it. Okay? Now it's time to understand, not just understand, but really just acknowledge, well, I'm putting in the work, I've put in the work, I've put in the effort. Everything is working out like it should. Everything is working out just like it should. And now I'm about to be rewarded. All right. So the next card we have here is Spiritual Union. Woo! 3 of Cups. Abundance. So Spiritual Union, this is a spiritual card. This is what's being felt on a spiritual level. It hasn't manifested yet and hasn't technically manifested yet. Someone might be a little bit confused on words because right now I feel a little bit speechless. So it's kind of, but we have abundance here. This is like tears of joy. This is happiness. All right. This is about kind of coming together. Okay. Underneath the deck, 2 of Swords. So really what I feel like with this 2 of Swords, it's like turning a blind eye. It's kind of like, well, I don't really see this coming right now. I really don't see this coming right now, but here it is. This is what's underneath the deck, 2 of Swords. So it's kind of like feeling indecisive, but you really don't know what's on its way. You feel it on an energetic level, but you don't really see it in the physical. And I feel like it is about to manifest in the physical. So, whatever you are doing at this very moment, continue to keep doing it. If you're meditating, keep doing it. You're feeling the motions. You're feeling what's coming in right now. And it's real. It's very real. So don't lose faith. Don't lose hope. It's on its way. Okay. All right. So all right. I think I'm going to pick one of these days where I do like a missing persons day. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't know, but all of a sudden my nose just got really stuffy. It's so weird. All right. So all right. So I think I'm going to wrap it up there. I think one of these days I'm going to, so tomorrow I'm not going to be live, but I'll be live Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So this also gives me a moment to kind of plan out my lives a little bit more and kind of decide what direction I want to go into. But I really, I love doing this stuff because, it's me. So I think I'm going to pick like Thursday or Friday to do like missing persons readings live, possibly. So we're gonna see how that plays out. So this concludes this session. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I really love this. I enjoy doing this. So I'll probably see you guys on Thursday. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday I won't be live, but I will be back on Monday. So I will see you guys next time. Everyone take care. I love you guys. Everyone take care. Have a great rest of your evening and great day tomorrow as well. I'll see you guys next time. Everyone take care, okay? Bye for now.